Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders,
yeah, it's not working.
I want to demystify the cocktail world. Oh, yes, it is. Let's try a few.
Oh, it is?
I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat.
It is?
Let's have a drink.
Yeah. Hold on.
Is this working? I can't tell. Okay, wait. Oh, I have David Virtue saying hey-o. Is anybody? Okay, let's just real quick. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush. We are deep, deep in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, just making sure that anything works. Okay, only. Okay, so, yeah. Yep, it's good. I mean, nobody else is here. Where did David say heyo? I don't see anybody else. Well, guys, we're working on this. 1 second. We are gonna figure this out. Okay. You can hear me. Good. I don't know why this is so bizarre. It's a different stream. So David Virtue asked, am I wearing a tie? I am wearing a tie. I have a thing due tonight. We'll explain that here in a second. Let me just talk to my people over on YouTube. Let them know that I'm in a weird place. Hi, guys. I am not on this stream. Please find the other stream. Okay. Hopefully they see that, and we can go from here. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. This is our annual trip to a hotel from our, from where the bar is, to come down to the Labyrinth of Jareth ball. There has been a lot going on currently, which is why... yeah, I think everybody's stuck on the old stream. So if anybody wants to go back and just remind them that we had to switch streams, get them on over here. We are going to, oh my God. I wish we could get one of these streams to work when it's on the road. We're working on it. We're going from this little camera right here, which is built right in to my computer. Moments before this started, Restream.io, which is the service. I'm not going to give away how much I pay for it. It's about $500 a year that I pay for. Decided that they were going to change the way their entire site works. Now, I am in the middle of getting ready for a Masquerade ball, and that doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. So I'm going to have to learn a whole new site tomorrow after the ball. But my hair is dyed blue. My tie is on, and I have the rest of my costume to show you guys here in a minute. But before I do that, let me say hello to the people that have found their way over to this chat. I can't believe this. Okay. All right. Let me say hello over here to Davey Virtue. Davey Virtue, our 2,000 subscriber. We are now at 2,126. We are absolutely breaking through whatever ceiling you're putting in front of us. Glass, some sort of metal, stucco, adobe. We're going to break right through all of those by how fast we are growing right now. Let me say hello to our good friend, Shawnee Panda Baker. Cheers to David, and a good evening. Good evening to you. Davey Virtue asked, am I wearing a tie? I'm wearing a tie. I will put on the rest of my Masquerade costume as we go. My hair is also dyed blue to match the rest of my outfits. Very excited for that. Shawnee Panabaker says, give it time for the rest of them to come over from the other one. Yeah, I have no idea why Restream would do this. I was on the phone with, I was on a chatty. I was on a chat with them moments before. They said, yeah, listen, don't be a boomer. I believe they called me. Don't be an idiot. You can get this computer to work. And I said, yeah, I did. I worked in computers for a long time. I can get this to work. No, I cannot. Let me say hello to our good friend, April DuBois. I think I saw Scotty DuBois. Yeah, there's Scotty DuBois as well. So both DuBois are here. We have all DuBois present and accounted for. Paulie Bellinardo found it. Welcome, Paulie Bellinardo. You did find it, and we are happy to have you. Wow. Moose. Enjoying life in Spain and wondering if you know of any Spanish signature cocktails. Yes. I highly recommend, Moose, if you're just sitting out there in Spain, try a Tinto de Verano. Tinto de Verano. It's a spectacular cocktail. Have them put a little brandy in there for you. You'll dig it. Scotty Boy, I believe calling me Juggernaut. I'll take it. Feeling very Juggernautish. Low Carb Cocktail Guy did make it. Let's see who else we got here. I think that's the people that have made it. We're gonna type one more time. Hi, if you haven't yet, head on over to the live stream. Let's see. Okay. That's what we got. Okay. What are we making tonight then? Oh, thank you. My cousin, Eric Cushman. It's not just a coincidence that there's another person named Cushman in here. That is my cousin, Eric, with the blue hair. It is just spray in for anybody that's nervous. It will wash out, hopefully. Otherwise, I will have blue hair. What are we making tonight? We're making two things. So over the past couple days, for a lot of these travel shows that we've been doing recently, I have just been doing the easiest possible thing that I can do, grabbing small bottles, mixing those small bottles together. Oh, let me say hello to the husbands as well. Hello, the husbands. That's Stephanie. I assume somewhere lurking behind Stephanie. Stephanie, look out! Is Michael husband. Winners of the 2024 Cush Tucky Derby. I've been doing the bare minimum recently in my travel cocktails, but this thing that I'm going to tonight is a fully maximalized version of. Anybody ever see that David Bowie project he did a while ago? Jennifer Gardner. Who else is in it? Huh? Jennifer Connelly, not Jennifer Gardner. Jennifer Connelly. Who else is in it? The little mouse or the little a worm is in it. There are a bunch of Muppets in it. It's called The Labyrinth. Well, anyway, inside of this movie, The Labyrinth, is this entire ball, this entire, not like a sphere, but like a dance. And all of these creatures from all of these portals show up to dance this dance that David Bowie does with 14-year-old Jennifer Connelly. 16. That doesn't make it much better. It makes it 2 years better. Anyway, in that whole ball, there are a lot of creatures from different dimensions. Well, here in Los Angeles, we have decided to put that ball on every year, and we call it the Labyrinth of Jareth. So you can sort of come from any of the dimensions and wear whatever you want. Is that Kyle in my room? No, Kyle is at home. Kyle, I don't care what Kyle's lawyer says. Kyle is very much a recluse. When we brought him to the bar, he sort of stayed at the bar. We have invited him out. He just stayed at the bar. No, he did not want to come. That is Jen. Jen is here with me. Okay, where was I? Anyway, so the idea is this is a maximalized event. So I figured I'd put a little time into what we were making. So tonight we were making a strawberry basil infused Negroni spritz, or Negroni Fizz, basically. Oh, this is fun. Labyrinth was on Shout last night. Do you know what Shout is? I don't know what Shout is, but
Shout is here.
Shout's here?
Yes.
What does Shout mean?
Shout is representing.
Shout is representing. Oh, Shout, like the TV channel is representing?
They're here.
The TV channel's here. So, Amy, if you would like us to say anything to Shout, there's a good chance we will meet them. Okay, so I have done a maximalized cocktail. Maximalized cocktail. We're also going to be doing a minimalized cocktail, super minimalized, because I think that this is going to get fun. This is a new segment. I think we're going to start adding to the show. Maybe we're just going to throw it in, like on Saturdays. We'll just throw one in. I myself am a big fan of RTDs. Now, what is an RTD? RTD stands for ready to drink. Ready to drink. So when you go into a lot of supermarkets or a lot of different places, there are RTDs all on the wall. People will, all those soda waters that, White Claws and all those. Topo Chico now has their RTDs, their soda waters with the alcohol in them. I like those. I'll be very honest. As a bartender that really likes the craft of putting one liquid into another liquid, I also like when somebody does it and puts it into a can. So if I come across an interesting RTD, or I think more importantly, if I come across a very cheap on sale RTD, I'm going to buy it and we're going to try it online. So they were selling this. This is Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 mixed with Coke. We've all had a Jack and Coke. I assume most of us have had a Jack and Coke. Maybe not. Loriander. Of course, Loriander is not from the United States. Is the only reason I say he probably hasn't had a Jack and Coke. This is a very American situation to do. Yes, it's the David Bowie labyrinth. That's what we're celebrating tonight. So we're gonna crack some of these open, some of these RTDs open, and we're going to decide whether or not they are worth drinking. I think that sounds fun. Also, it gives me an excuse to try new RTDs because I love a fun RTD. Yes, this is a 7% alcohol because it is Old Number 7. I think that's fun marketing. Me personally, I think it is. Okay, so what should we do first? I think probably we should. Low carb cocktail guy. There is also a Coke Zero version of this RTD. I like Coke Zero. They didn't have Coke Zero. Otherwise, I would have gotten the Coke Zero. Let me be honest. They didn't have Coke Zero. They weren't selling them in single cans. I didn't want more than one of these. But they also have a Coke Zero version, which I assume, does the zero stand for zero carbs? I think it might. Anyway, okay. We're gonna start with the full cocktail first. So let me go grab that real quick. It's just sitting over here in the hotel refrigerator. Gorgeous, looking real good. Okay. I know you guys can still hear me even when I'm far away because I'm wearing my microphone. All right. Normally, is that light just like blowing me out? It is. Who cares? It just isn't it fun that we're just here together. Okay. We are here. Normally we have just tiny little bottles that I was able to buy at whatever store was around. Today we have taken this. This is gin, and that is basil. If you have ever tried to mix herbs into or leaves, or I guess this is an herb. Is basil an herb?
Yeah.
Yes, basil is an herb, of course. If you ever tried to mix herbs into a liquor, you will know that it goes very quickly. Very, very quickly. That is why I find it one of the options sometimes to make a mojito is to take mint and put it into the rum and make mint rum. The problem with that is you have to be just about right on for your flavor if you're going to get the right type of mint flavor into your liquid. So I don't recommend that often, but this is gin. Gin is already incredibly herby. So all we're doing now is bringing in some more herbs to it. And after this has been sitting for about a day, we're going to filter out all of that basil because we don't want basil. The longer that basil sits in there, just like tea, you don't want over-pressed tea. Anyway, for things like gin, not things like rum, it is okay to infuse with herbs. This is even more fun. So those right there are strawberries, right? And this inside the liquid we have is Campari. Woo! You can let this sit for as many as 500 days, maybe. I don't know. Probably about 5 days is a good time to let it sit. I've been letting this now sit for, I think, 2, maybe 1.5. Either way, the longer it sits, the more strawberry you're going to get. But we don't need to worry so much about how deep that strawberry is. If you want it deeper, the best thing to do is just add some strawberry syrup into it. Let me grab a mixing cup real quick. Oh, all right. We have mixing cups. Pull these out. Scotty Du Bois says strawberry Campari sounds interesting. Yeah, strawberry Campari is about as delicious as it gets. I mean, strawberry into anything, I think strawberry into anything is right on the mark. What have I done with my I had a jigger at some point. I literally traveled with a jigger, and now I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Got it. I want to make sure that we got this. Now, Loriander brings up a good point. Cacao nibs infused in the Campari also rock. We almost did that. We were this close to doing that, but I didn't want to go way over maximalized. We were going to actually infuse the cacao nibs not into the Campari, but instead into the sweet vermouth. I think that sounded pretty good. We decided against it at the last second, but anyway, here we are. This right here, our Campari, this is sort of a precursor to what we will be getting into in the fall of Fizz. We are going to try and go maximalized with a lot of our preparation so that we can then make simple drinks. That's one way to make a lot of fizzes. So we're going to take this strawberry Campari. We're going to be putting in 1 full ounce of strawberry Campari right there. Let's put I think it's important inside of this hotel that I put all of my lids back on. We're going to take our Basil gin. Go ahead and put in 1 ounce of some Basil gin. There we go. We almost did a lot of things. We could have been someone, and yet so could anyone. But instead of doing a lot of things, we did nothing. That's sometimes how these things work. And instead, we just got some Martini and Rossi Rosso vermouth. We needed some of that at the bar anyway. There we go. I have hairspray on my hands, so nothing is holding. We want to go ahead and put in 1 full ounce of some sweet vermouth. Excellent. And now we have a version of the Negroni. Hold on one second. Can anybody else hear the raucous concert going on right outside? Probably not. Just me. This is a strawberry basil Negroni. Incredibly simple, equal parts. We all know the story of Carmelo Negroni, Count Camillo Negroni. Carmelo Negroni got the idea from what we understand. A lot of this is up in the air. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. Some people think it did, some people think it didn't. That's how a lot of these stories happen. He got the idea from a cocktail called the Americano, which is sweet vermouth and Campari that has soda water in it instead of gin. I feel like maybe there's a chance if we can add that soda water just right back in at the end anyway, then maybe we can be in a good spot. We can have nice fizzy drinks, complicated, complex, interesting drinks that are a lot of prep beforehand, but less prep the day of by adding in some soda water here. So oh, goodness gracious. Did you almost see that? We almost had a nuclear meltdown there. I'm going to start off this thing by putting in equal parts everything. So that's going to be 1 ounce of soda water. So we're going to go ahead and put in, this is the Trader Joe's soda water. It was the easiest, it's the only one that really fit in the bag. So that's what we're doing. After 1 day, it's still bubbly enough that those little bubble particulates are jumping all over the place. So that's a good sign for our 99-cent soda water. I sort of retooled what we're going to do with our soda water challenge, our soda water battle box. I am going to go out and buy all of those soda waters again and see which ones hold up after a week and which ones do not hold up after a week. Because as a 1-person bar, for the most part, Jen and Kyle both drink at the bar as well. But as as maximum a 3-person bar, it does get difficult to keep a bunch of soda waters, stuff that goes bad within a couple days. It's tough to keep those around. Whereas, at a bar, you open up a bottle of soda water, that's going to be gone by the end of the night. And if it's not, somebody will drink it. Go ahead and add just a little bit of ice right there. And we're going to toss. We don't have shakers. So we're going to toss these, or I have been told that this is called boxing. But I also have been told a lot of wrong things in my life. And, I think a lot of us have. We have to unlearn things. I am going to call this tossing for right now. Just mixing this up. Is there a half jigger behind you? There's a half jigger behind you if you need a full jigger. Where? I don't see it. It's terrifying. It's terrifying, Loriander. I feel like maybe I'm being haunted by a baby jigger. Oh, no. Okay. All right. We got it. We got it. This is our drink. Now, because this is a ball, and it's there's a couple things going against this. It is a ball. It is in the most expensive hotel possibly in all of Los Angeles. I mean, that's probably not true, but it's one of the most historic. If you guys ever watched this thing, television, this thing, it's called the television. Well, on the television, there's a bunch of these shows, and all of those shows have had at least one scene at some point in this hotel. So anyway, it's famous. It's in Los Angeles. It's a ball, so we have to be here. We're captive, and also it is a hotel and a special event. So what do we know about that? Things are going to be expensive. But when we get to walk around in costume, and I'm dressing up like a Tiki guy, I'm going to bring a Tiki mug. So we're going to pour this in here. I would say I hope the Biltmore is not watching this, but I know everybody that's watching this, including, let me say hello to somebody that doesn't show up often to the live shows, but certainly shows up in the comments section a lot. And you know what? That's equally as important. Let me say hello to BGB The Bun. Hello, The Bun. Good to see you. So we have our Fizz in here. Smells like some basil a little bit. Smells a lot like strawberry. That's hilarious. The lamp looks like a jigger. It does kind of. Like an apple one anyway. I love it. Yep. That's about right. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, I don't normally say this. I think you could use just a touch of soda water. We're gonna put it up just a touch. Maybe put in 1.5 ounces instead of a 1 ounce. Just a little bit more of this soda water. Give that a little. This is a very professional shake. David Virtue, do I travel Tiki mugs? Yes. It's funny, David, I didn't realize this until I started traveling. Did you know that most hotels do not offer complimentary Tiki mugs inside of hotel rooms. I did not realize that. I didn't travel a lot. I started traveling for business here in the past couple of years, and I realized that most hotels do not offer complimentary Tiki mugs every time you check into a room. So, yeah, I do travel with Tiki mugs. I'm not worried about it. There we go. All right. That's delicious. I don't know what else you want me to say. I don't think anybody thought that it might not be delicious. So at some point, we just have to assume that it's going to be good. All right. I have a does everybody remember Mini Cush? This is Mini Cush. He has his own travel case. He looks like this. It's just very tiny me holding, I believe, am I holding this? I think I might be holding this exact Tiki mug. No, holding a different Tiki mug. But either way, this is me. From 1 year ago, this is the costume I wore to this ball 1 year ago. I have an appointment here soon to get another one of these made in just a little bit. So we're going to cut this thing a little short, but I promise you 2 other things. We're going to try this RTD. Oh, do you want to taste this? Whenever you're ready. Okay. Jen, I think Jen, it's important that Oh yeah, Jen's gonna come over and taste this. Oh yeah, Davey Virtue has met Mini Cush in person. Davey Virtue met Mini Cush at Tiki Tatsuya when he became my 2,000th subscriber. We are now at 2,126. Pretty good. All right, Jen will come taste this. While we do that, we're gonna crack into this guy now. RTDs are very interesting because they are either bad or awful. That's really the way that RTDs work. I've yet to find an RTD that is that tastes as good as a fresh made drink. I just don't know of that drink. Oh, Jen here. Jen wants to come try this. So pop on over. Jen is in full outfit. This is Jen. It looks really good. These are, I don't know if you can tell, these are dragons that just hang off of her mask or off of her headpiece. They fly. There are dragons up in the headpiece. She made the whole thing up here. Yeah, there's the little dragons. She made the entire thing. Pretty gosh darn talented, I would say. Yes, see you, Jen. Jen is going as Mother of Dragons. Is that what we've decided? It's just a dress. We don't need to label everything. We can be casual. Thank you.
Delicious.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you because we have a lot more. Okay. RTDs are a strange. They have a strange little place in the heart of booze. They're usually kind of expensive. They either have no flavor at all or very little flavor at all, or they are 1,000 calories and not enough alcohol. So I'm interested in seeing if we can find an RTD that actually work. Loriander says, if RTD can make a rum and Coke bad, then that is an achievement in itself. Yeah, they can. Oh, you got reviews. You want to hear your reviews? Mm-hmm. The reviews go something like this. Johnny Pannebecker says, nice, Jen. Scott DuBois says, wow. Stephanie Husband, winner of the 2024 Kentucky Derby. Ooh. Remember them?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. She said, you look great, Jen. And then Moose says, amazing outfits, cocktail queen. Ooh. That's you. You're the cocktail queen. And Amy Beer says, nice.
Thanks, guys.
She says, thanks, guys. Okay. Anyway. I don't think you can screw this up. It is Jack Daniels and it is Coke. Unless they're going to do something really weird, like not use Jack or, and this could be weird, not use Coke. I feel like we're going to find a nice little place for this. Now, for this, retail price is, Lori Anders says, wow, Jen. Okay. Just making sure you get all the reviews.
Thank you.
She says, thank you. Eric says, Japanese highballs are great ITDs. Japanese highballs, of course, Japanese whiskey and soda water. Tough to mix those up, but it does fall into that category of, not a ton of flavor. If you find a good Japanese whiskey, then you can be in a good spot. But, that's where you are. D. Dunkley asking, any absinthe at Labyrinth? Yes. If you bring it. We did not bring any absinthe, I don't believe. You didn't bring any absinthe, did you? We did not sneak any absinthe in here. No, I don't. I'm sure there is. I'm sure somewhere. There's a full bar down there. We're trying our very best. I'm a professional drink maker. I should just make drinks wherever I go, which is, of course, where this comes. Okay. Scotty DeBoy asking, what would a homemade Jack and Coke percentage be? Double that? It depends on how much. You know what? I don't know. I've never actually tried it. I've never tested a homemade Jack and Coke for their for its ABV. It varies widely. Depending on how much Coke you put in, a splash of Coke, etc. Let's try this. Let's see what 7% is for a Jack and Coke. What prices? I think I bought this for $2.50, something right around that area, which is, if it's a full Jack and Coke, I don't remember ever buying a Jack and Coke in a bar for under $4. And that was at a place called Frankenhank's in LA. It's not there anymore. So sad. It was my favorite bar of all time. And also, this is a fun little tale I don't think I've told. Vince Vaughn's favorite bar. Vince Vaughn and I played pool a number of times together. He was a pretty good pool player. We didn't actually play together. We played at the same time. We would be sort of in there at the same time. But also Vince Vaughn's favorite bar. Anyway, they were $4 Jack and Cokes. This is a $2.50 Jack and Coke. This is about half the can. I feel like that's something. Seems like we got a decent amount of Jack and Coke in here, if there's enough Jack in here. So let's see. Dang. This is going to shock everybody right now. I feel like, honestly, if you do watch this show normally standing up, I would suggest maybe sit down. This tastes exactly like a Jack and Coke. There is literally no difference from the Jack and Cokes that I used to get. Let's put a little ice into it. The Jack and Cokes that I used to get served by a woman named Snow at Frankenhank's when I would go play. Guys like Johnny Deluxe, Vince Vaughn, who were some other ones? Tito played there. My friend Tito played there. This tastes exactly like a Jack and Coke. Zero difference. They are, it is, so it says it's Tennessee whiskey, which is Jack Daniel's Old Number 7, mixed with Coca-Cola. They could not screw this up. And I'm going to tell you what, they didn't. This RTD is exactly what you think it is. Is it the strongest Jack and Coke I've ever had? It is certainly not. But it tastes exactly like a Jack and Coke. I know that this is odd commentary on something, but a lot of these, one of my favorite RTDs, when I say favorite, I mean the ones that I tolerate the most, is one called Cutwater. And they do I think they call it a Tiki Mai Tai. And in that, they put in pineapple and coconut and rum, their special blend of rum. It seems like there's a little citrus in there, maybe. It doesn't taste anything like a Mai Tai, but it is 12% ABV. And sometimes that's all I'm looking for. I want as much ABV as you could shove into one of these RTDs. This is only 7%, but that doesn't taste like a Mai Tai. It doesn't taste like a fresh Mai Tai for sure. Nothing fresh about Jack Daniel's, nothing fresh about Coke. So it does make for a really good RTD. It's I'm not gonna lie, it almost seems kind of hefty. I bet that they're going off of like a 1.5 ounce. I'm just totally guessing at this. 1.5 ounce to 6 ounces of soda water. So I bet there's a shot and maybe 2 short shots in this. How many ounces in a can? They're only doing it by milliliters. That's annoying. Loriander, translate this for me. How many ounces is 355 milliliters? Is it 12 ounces? This seems 12 fluid ounces. Don't worry, Loriander. I got it. Yeah, 12 ounces. So I bet it's maybe about 3 ounces of booze in here would be about that. Scotty Du Bois says Effin makes a few good cocktails. Not bad. Okay, we're gonna try them. We're gonna get on to these RTDs. I think they're important that we understand how RTDs work. Espen says, "Hi, Cush. Have you tested for any idea of how much ABV is in the standard cocktails compared to this RTD?" Yeah, I mean, Espen, they're going to vary wildly. If we're talking about fizzes, which Jack and Coke in the pantheon of cocktails, it's a fizz. So adding Coca-Cola to there goes the ambulance. Adding Coca-Cola to a cocktail makes it a fizz. It's flavored soda water. So fizzes usually come in a little low ABV, 7 to 12% maybe is what we're looking for a standard fizz. Obviously, if you're making a Manhattan, then we're looking at 40 to 50% depending on what whiskey you use. So that's pretty standard. So yeah, if you're looking for a shot of whiskey, they sell those as RTDs. They just sell them in glass bottles, and they'll sell you usually about 750 milliliters of them at once. I don't recommend drinking the entire thing in one sitting. So that's that. If you were a fan of Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola, one of my favorite drinks in college, Jack and Coke, I would say this is your thing. I would say that there's no issue with this at all. They use real Jack and they use real stuff. Loriander prefers boozy cider. I also prefer boozy cider. Boozy cider is probably my favorite thing. Okay, I'm going to throw on my costume real quick, and then I'm going to run down. So if you guys want to stick around, I will put the costume on real quick. There's not much to it. I have this very fun jacket. Ugh. I bought this jacket a while ago. I'm going to turn this off. There we go. I had a light up here. I bought this jacket a little while ago for Tiki Oasis, but since I can't just re-wear the same thing, I then went out and put in lights. Do you see them? They light up all over the place. I'm a freaking Christmas tree, man. This is my costume. I'm wearing these shoes. They're tennis shoes. My wife thinks I might not be able to get in wearing tennis shoes, but I think I can. And then this, I made this mask. I didn't cut eye holes. So I'm going to have to just really hope that I don't get poked or get any kind of a disease. But I made this. Isn't this fun? It's so silly. What kind of life am I living? Light up jacket. It's demure. It's cutesy. Anyway. Oh. They can't see. With the light on, they can't see. Oh, with the mask. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So this is what the mask looks like without anything else. I can see through it, but people can't see my eyes. So if you're wondering if I'm looking at you, turns out I am. Oh, gosh. Moose has the exact same jacket With him right now, he has the short sleeve version. That sounds amazing. Jen has to guide you everywhere. Now, I'll be able to see, I hope. Yeah, Miami Vice. BGB the Bun. Cush, do they list sugar cane in the JD and Coke? Got to take that mask off because I definitely can't read with it on. Caramel color added. They do not list it, but to be fair, BGB the Bun, I don't know where BGB the Bun lives, but in the United States, you do not have to list any ingredients on a liquor thing or any calories or anything like that. So they don't list any of their stuff. So that's what it is. I don't know what they put in it, but I'll figure it out for you. Maybe I'll write Jack Daniels, old Jasper, see what he's got to say. Okay. That, my friends, kind of an odd way to end the night, but that is what we're up to. We will be back here on Tuesday. Not here. We'll be back at the bar on Tuesday for Tiki Tuesday. And but you're beaten B with those eyewear and blinks. Yeah. Can you see when I blink? A little bit. Anyway, that is what I have for you guys here. We are heading out to the ball. I will post some pictures over on my Instagram. Just look for Cush Tender over on Instagram if you guys don't follow it. That thing is growing like a rocket ship, but I don't know what to do. It's like a weed. I don't care if that one grows, but apparently the rest of the world does. Great job matching the hair and the mask. Thank you. I did a good job. Thank you. Okay. That's what I got for you guys. I got to get down and get my picture taken. Look for whatever stuff I have. Remember, these classes will always remain free, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you want to join my stuff, Patreon, blah, blah, blah. But the most important thing you can do is show up. We do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Tiki Tuesday, Thirsty Thursday, and the other one. I'm going to run these credit. Oh, there's no credits to be done on the thing. So I'm going to run this anyway. You guys are the greatest. Jen, you want to say goodbye? No. She does not want to say goodbye. She took her mask off, or she took her helmet off, and she doesn't want to see anybody.
I'm editing.
She's editing right now. So don't worry about it. Until later, guys, thank you so much. We will see you in the next one. Woo, we did it. Woo. Bye-bye.